Hello and welcome. This is a slow story for the evening. There is nothing here that needs your attention. If your thoughts drift, let them. The story will still be here when you come back. Tonight, we are taking a train north. A slow one that runs all night and arrives in the morning. A warm berth, a dark window, and the long, steady sound of the rails. There is nothing to decide and nothing to keep track of. Make yourself comfortable. Let us begin. It is evening at the end of winter. The station is old, and the roof over the platforms is very high. Iron arches, painted a deep green, going up into the dark. The lamps are on, hanging in a long row above the tracks. Their reflections lie quietly across the damp platform. The air is cold, but it is the mild kind of cold that comes near the end of the season. It smells faintly of rain on stone and of coffee from a small window near the entrance. You have your ticket in your coat pocket. A small bag, not heavy, everything you need for one night. There is time. The board says the train leaves at 9:10. So you walk slowly, the way you can when there is nothing to hurry for. Along the platform, the evening has already settled into itself. Two people sit on a bench with their bags between them, comfortable in the quiet they share. A porter pushes a cart of parcels toward the far end, and the wheels tick over the joints in the stone. Somewhere a door closes, and the sound goes up into the roof and stays there a moment. You find a place near a pillar and stand for a while, watching the lamps, letting the day end. The train enters beneath the high roof with a low, even rumble. It slides along the platform, already slowing, until it comes gently to a stop. Dark green carriages, their sides beaded with rain from somewhere farther south. Small yellow lights in the windows, curtains drawn in some of them already. Air releases beneath the carriages in a soft hiss. Then comes a long, settling sigh as the whole train rests. Doors open along its length. A step is lowered. The attendant for your carriage stands beside the door, with her hands in her coat pockets. She looks at your ticket and nods and hands it back.
Compartment 4. Third door on the left.
You thank her and step up into the warmth. The corridor is narrow and softly lit, with a runner of dark carpet down the middle. Brass fittings, worn smooth. A window, running the whole length, misted at the edges. It is warmer in here than outside, and quieter, and the light is low and amber. The compartment is small and made almost entirely of wood. A bench seat along one wall, deep and soft, upholstered in dark blue. Above it, a berth folded up against the wall, waiting to be let down later. A little table under the window, with a lamp on it, and a folded blanket beside it. There is a hook for your coat, a shelf for your bag, a small mirror in the corner. Everything has a place, because there is only just enough room for everything. Inside a shallow drawer, a route card lists the towns between here and morning. You read the first few names, then slide the drawer quietly closed. You put your bag on the shelf and hang your coat and sit down by the window. The seat is warm from the heating underneath. The lamp on the table has a small amber shade, and it makes a pool of light on the wood. Outside, the platform is still there, and the lamps, and the people slowly boarding. But in here, it is quiet, and the quiet already feels like yours. You slip your shoes off and put your feet up on the seat. There is a long night ahead, and nothing at all in it that you have to do. At 9:10, without any announcement, the train begins to move. It is so gradual that for a moment you think it is the platform sliding away. The lamps go past one by one, slower than walking. Then a little faster, then the end of the roof and the open sky. And underneath you, the first soft knocking of the rails. For a while, the city goes by in pieces. Long walls, a yard full of stacked timber under a floodlight. The backs of apartment buildings with plants on the balconies and kitchen windows still lit. A bridge carries you over a wide street. For a moment, you see the whole street below, wet and shining, with cars waiting at a light. Then the buildings begin to space themselves out. Gardens, a greenhouse with one lamp on inside. A playing field with its floodlights off, just a paler shape in the dark. The train settles into a steadier speed, and the sound underneath finds its rhythm. A long, even roll with a small double knock every few seconds. It is the kind of sound that fades from your attention, then returns as if it had been away. A little later, you go out into the corridor. There is a samovar at the end of the carriage in a small alcove. Glasses in metal holders on a shelf beside it. The attendant is there, wiping the shelf with a cloth. She fills a glass for you and sets it down carefully. A paper packet of sugar rests in the saucer.
Let it stand a moment. It is very hot.
You carry it back along the corridor, holding the metal handle and adapting your steps to the train. A little wide, a little slow, one hand near the wall. Halfway along, you stop at the window and stand there instead. The glass is cool in your hand, while the tea inside is very hot. Steam rises past your face and fogs a small oval on the window. Outside, the country has gone fully dark now. There are fields, you think, though you can only tell by the way the darkness is flat. Now and then, a farmhouse goes past with one light on upstairs. A row of poplars, a pond, dark and still, with the tree line lying across it. A level crossing, its lamps keeping their slow, patient time as you pass. You drink the tea slowly, and it warms you all the way down. It is strong and a little smoky, and the sugar sinks to the bottom of the glass. You turn the holder so the handle sits in your palm, and hold it with both hands for a while. The floor moves gently under your feet, the way a boat moves at a mooring. Behind you, someone slides a compartment door shut, and the corridor goes quieter still. At the far end, a light has been turned down to almost nothing. The whole carriage is settling for the night, one small thing at a time. Around 11, the train slows for a small town. The knocks beneath the carriage stretch farther apart, and then stop. You lift the corner of the curtain and look out. A short platform, a wooden shelter with 2 benches, a clock with a pale face. A single lamp, and around it very fine rain, drifting rather than falling. Two people get on, far down the train. Someone hands a bag up to them. A man in a heavy coat walks slowly along the platform with a lantern. He checks the carriages with the calm of a familiar task. You hear his footsteps pass beneath your window, unhurried, and then move away. Beyond the station, the town is a handful of warm lights gathered on a hillside. A church tower, a road curving up between houses, a window here and there, still awake. Someone up there is finishing the evening, too. Then, a quiet signal sounds at the far end of the platform. The train takes up its weight again, so gently you barely feel the start of it. The platform slides back. The lamp goes by. The rain goes by. And the rhythm returns underneath and closes over the stop like water. North of the town, the forest begins. You cannot see it so much as feel it. The darkness outside becomes taller. Now and then, the window shows a wall of trunks, very close, lit for an instant by the train's own light. Then they are gone, and there is only the shape of treetops against a sky that is not quite black. There is snow still, up here. Not deep, just enough to line the ditches and gather under the trees. It holds what little light there is and gives it back, so the ground glows faintly. On the lower branches, narrow bands of white remain where the daytime sun could not reach. The forest goes on for a long time. Long enough that you stop counting and simply let it go by. A frozen stream, crossed in a second. A clearing with a woodpile under a plastic sheet. A narrow road runs beside the track for a while, keeping you company. Then it turns away toward a house among the trees. Once, in the light from the windows, you glimpse a deer at the edge of the trees. It is not startled. It is simply there, and then behind you. And then the trees close again, and it is dark, and the dark is comfortable. Inside, nothing changes at all. The heating ticks softly under the seat. The lamp holds its small circle on the table. Your coat sways very slightly on its hook. And the rails keep their long, even count, hour after hour after hour. After a while, footsteps come along the corridor and stop outside your door. 2 soft taps. The attendant asks if you would like the bed made up now. You say yes. It takes her about a minute. The berth comes down from the wall and settles into place with a soft, sure sound. A mattress, thin but soft, laid down and pressed flat with the side of her hand. A white sheet, folded once, shaken out so that it lifts and settles slowly through the warm air. She smooths it from the middle outward and tucks it under at the corners. A pillow in a clean case, pressed twice in the center. A gray wool blanket, heavy and a little rough, folded back at the top and tucked in at the foot. She does it the way people do things they have done 1,000 times, quickly and without hurrying. Everything smells of clean linen and of warm dust from the heating.
Good night. We arrive at 7.
The door slides shut behind her. The little catch clicks over. And now the compartment is entirely yours. You turn off the ceiling light and leave only the small lamp on the table. The wood goes warm and honey-colored. The corners go soft. You lift the curtain a hand's width so that a little of the night can stay in the room. You lie down and pull the blanket up and turn onto your side to face the window. The pillow is cool for a moment. Then it is not. The berth moves under you. Not much, just enough to notice. A long, slow sway, and inside it, a smaller, faster rocking. There is something deeply familiar in it. Being carried while lying still. The sound of the rails comes up through the frame of the bed and into the pillow. By the time it reaches you, the mattress and the wood have softened it. It is not a sharp sound now. A roll, a double knock, a roll. Sometimes it changes for a moment. Over a bridge, it goes hollow, and then it comes back. Through the gap in the curtain, the dark slides past. Trees, then space, then trees. A light very far off, crossing slowly from one side of the window to the other. You are not really watching it. You are just letting it happen. The blanket is heavier than it looks, and it settles over you as if it means to stay. Your hands are warm. Your feet are warm. Somewhere above the door, a small brass fitting answers the movement of the train, over and over, very quietly. The train goes on north. Somewhere ahead, the driver sits in a warm cab, watching the rails come out of the dark. Somewhere behind, the attendant has a small folding seat by the samovar, and a book, and a glass of her own. In the other compartments, people are sleeping or nearly sleeping. The whole carriage is quiet and warm and moving. There is nothing to keep track of tonight. Your stop is not until morning. For now, the train simply carries on. The train knows the way, and it is in no hurry, and neither are you. The country outside grows wider and softer. Long, flat stretches where the snow lies unbroken. A lake, maybe, pale and wide, gone before you are sure of it. Sometimes the train leans, very slightly, into a long curve. You feel it in your shoulder against the mattress, and then it comes level again. Far ahead, you can almost sense the engine leaning too, taking the same curve a few moments before you. A whole long train, all of it going the same way, all night. An hour goes by, perhaps more than an hour. Time does odd, easy things on a night train. It stops being something you keep. There is only before and now, and the sound going on underneath. The lamp on the table is still on. You could reach out and turn it off. In a little while. Not yet. It is nice to have it there, a small warm thing, holding the corner of the room. The morning will come slowly, the way it does in the north. A gray light first, then a low gold one, coming in flat across the snow. The attendant will bring tea, and the train will slow for the last time. But that is a long way off, yet. For now, There is only the dark window and the warm blanket and the sound underneath. The train carries you north through the night without asking anything of you at all. You reach out and turn off the lamp. Rest now. Sleep well.